I'm entering guitar style because whatever happens, whether I win or lose, it's just a good thing to help focus my mind on practicing and getting better, which is, what I really want to do. Do I have what it takes to win? Maybe. I mean, I haven't seen the other entries, but I'm pretty good. Does that help?
The final 2 years of my primary school, I was quite a loud character, actually. Not loud in the sense of particularly talkative, but I certainly was very keen to offer things up. And I would also say that I felt extremely confident, and I felt like I could evaluate myself real well. Things started to get a little bit worse for me when I was about 16. Psychosis is something that you tend to hear about, and it's not something you tend to come into contact with. Nobody thought it would be this because you never really do. It was not a grand reveal because it's just like an aspect of experience, right? I think most people have an internal monologue which they can kind of hear their thoughts in a sense. I happen to hear another set of thoughts. It seems like a very normal thing, and because it didn't really have any impact upon my view of what was outside of me, it wasn't a big change at all. You can go from believing that you're alone and insufficient to genuine believing that the world does not exist. If my life is like a person, then that bridge really is the heart of that. It is what kind of moves the blood around. It's what makes things keep moving. It's a core part of my existence now. And as I say, it's where it all started. It was very close after the start of my GCSEs, and I just let go. So I ran. I took with me my blades that I would use for self-harming, and I ran. And then I walked. I slowed down because there was no need for running. Running felt almost inappropriate. I was already leaving something far behind. It felt like moving between scenes, between acts even. I was literally walking through a veil or a curtain. And as I came to this bridge, it was time to stop. It was time to stay there. I bled on this bridge. I harmed myself. I bled into the water below the bridge, funny enough. And right next to this bridge is a motorway. And for a while, I sat on the bridge between these two bits of land, between two acts, between two bodies, between two things, and chose which one I was going to do. And so I approached the motorway and stayed on the side, waiting for the drive to throw myself in there, waiting to be told, waiting to hear that is what I needed to do. And this voice that had haunted my life for the past year or two had, for once, when I really wanted it to be there so I could get it over with, was radio silent. There was nothing. There was no mouth, no voice, nothing. And so I just stayed and waited like the soul had left my body. And eventually, I ran again. I ran away. I ran all the way to Whipps Cross. I had called one-on-one at this point, and an operator was guiding me there. I had just made an attempt on my life, was in an episode of psychosis, and needed help. And there began the act of help. You do need to have people who are on your side, who know you and can support you. And my parents were that. And my brother, also continuously supportive. My dad was someone who wanted to understand and to fight back against any injustice or maltreatment.
I'm not an emotional person. I'm really not. I'm an engineer. I'm a numbers guy. But I did start to write things in my diary to say, look, this is all about love and belief and faith. It's all about the soft things of life that I've avoided. And really, that's what we need now. And I said, well, do you believe in Luke? And I said, I think I do believe in Luke.
My brother was someone that wanted to support, to be there, to share the load.
I thought that the best thing I could do was to be a normal brother, not treat him like he's a bomb about to go off or anything like that. Treat him like a normal person. And yeah, I hope it helped.
It's always so hard to tell what my mum thinks, because I think she's very in tune to intuition. But I think ultimately my mum had the role of, in some sense, complete faith, without question, that I was going to make through that. So she was really a person of faith in me, in the world, in everything, in life.
With Luke, it kind of almost felt like a battle that I had spent my whole life almost training for. All those people that I'd listened to, every park bench I'd sat down and I'd listened to somebody with, struggling with things, and people used to talk to me, all honed down for me into that year where we had to help and support Luke to find a way through it.
I think that I coped with my experiences and eventually surpassed them by kind of radically restructuring my life a little bit, changing what I emphasized. And for me, I felt like that was a process of self-discovery. I felt like discovering that one of the things that I value the most was finding meaning in things and producing great things and generally applying myself and my thoughts in a way which added something new to the world, instead of things which I might have wanted to get close to people, to not be alone, to be okay, to be a functional person, to exist even. All of those things.
It's the road out was generally kind of going in an upward direction, but it wasn't smooth.
I did try and take my life on that bridge again, with a different way of doing things. It just didn't work. And whenever I approach that moment of death, it runs away. I've been back to this bridge many times since. It's still there. It will always be there. The river will always be there. It's not going to change. And those two lumps of land will still be there, those two choices. But I've drawn my lines. Those are connected to other things. Those are connected to my entire life.
It's almost beyond my dream that he could get to this point. You kind of hope that he would be able to, have a fulfilling life afterwards, but to come out of it and be this person that he is, so rounded and so wise from it, is just the best outcome that you could ever have.